student. Today, in our next chapter of geography, we are going to study about the lifelines of Indian economy. Okay, and if we are talking about the lifelines of the economy, in this chapter, we are going to deal or study about the transport, communication, and trade. Transport, communication, and the trade. In this chapter, what are the major topic? These are the means of transport, roadways, railways, waterways, airways. Okay, and communication. In this, we will study about the means of different kinds of mass communications. Okay, then international trade, and the last that will be the tourism as the trade. Now, first, if we are talking about the economic condition of particular country, the it depend upon the different condition, and these major condition and criteria are transport, communication, and the trade. Initially, we are going for the transport. Okay, now at this is an interdependent world. Okay, and the national security and the richer and healthier human lifestyle is essential for each and every country. So for this purpose, these three things, transport, communication, and trade, is very essential to boost up the economy. Firstly, we are discussing about the transport, and transport, as we all know, play an important role in the economy. Because of transport, raw material reach the factory and finished product reach to the consumer, and the pace of development of a country depend upon the production of goods and services. Therefore, efficient means of transport are very essential for fast development. And apart from transport, the ease and mode of communication like telephone, internet make continuous flow of information possible. Okay, so if we are talking about the means of transport, we can divide it into surface transport, water transport, and air transport. Okay, today, as we know, India is well linked with the rest of the world despite its vast size, diversity, and linguistic and socio-cultural priority. We are having railways, airways, waterways, newspaper, radio, television, cinema, lots of things. Okay, by which we can interact with the different part of our country's people and as well as to the abroad. Okay, now if we are talking about the means of transport, I said earlier also we are having surface transport, water transport, and air transport. Okay, first in land transport we are talking about these are roadways, railways, and pipeline. Okay, then water, inland and overseas, then air, domestic and international. And in domestic, it's further divided into public undertaking that is owned by the government and the private airlines. Now talking firstly about the roadways. India has one of the largest road network in the world, that is about 2.3 million kilometer. There is also number is increasing around 3 millions we are touching. Okay, in India, roadways have preceded railways. They still have an edge over railways in view of the ease with which they can be built and maintained. Okay, the growing importance of road transport over rail is why? Because construction of road is construction cost of road construction is much lower. Then roads can traverse completely more dissected and undulating topography. Then it also provides door-to-door service. Road transport is also used as a feeder to other mode of transport, and roads can negotiate higher gradient of slope and edge, such can traverse mountains such as the Himalaya. Now talking about the different classification of the road. So we are having golden quadrilateral, national highways, state highways, district road, other roads, and border roads. So golden quadrilateral connecting the four major metropolitan city of India, that is Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and Kolkata. Okay, and it's a 6-lane express super highway. Okay, then this about the golden quadrilateral. Government has launched a major road development project linking four major metropolitan cities, that is Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai. Okay, by 6-lane super highways, the north south corridor linking Srinagar and Kanyakumari, and east west corridor connecting Silchar and Porbandar. So many of time it is asked about the different ends or the points of this north south corridor or east west corridor. So north south corridor, the points are Srinagar and the Kanyakumari. East west corridor, the points are Silchar and Porbandar. Okay, and the major objective of these highways to reduce the time and distance between the mega cities of India. Now the national highway links extreme part of the country, and these are the primary road system and maintained by the CPWD. A number of major national highways run in north, south, and east-west direction. Then state highway roads linking to state capital with different district headquarters, and these are constructed and maintained by the state public works department in state and union territories. Now the district roads, the smaller district road, those are connecting the district headquarters with the other places of the district. These are maintained by either the PWD or by the Jila Parishad. And other roads we can include in this rural roads and other smaller roads. Okay, then border roads. Apart from these, border road organization BRO, if you have heard about that, a governor of India undertaking construct and maintain roads in border areas of the country, and established this BRO established in 1960 for the development of roads of strategic importance in the northern and northeastern border areas. Okay, now what about road density? So road density is the length of road per square kilometer of area. Okay, then density of all roads varies from only 10 kilometer in J&K and 375 kilometer in Kerala, with the national average of 75 kilometer. That is the data is of 1996, 97, and it is nowadays presently it is increased. Now talking about the second major mode of transport, that is the railways. Okay, so railways, well known for its vast network. This is the map showing the density of railway network in the India. Okay, now railway are the principal mode of transportation for goods and passenger, and railway also make it possible to conduct various activities like business, sightseeing, pilgrimage, etc. Apart from an important means of transport, the Indian Railway have been a great integrating force from more than 150 years. लोगों में आपस में जुड़ाव का काम किया है इंडियन रेलवे ने, and railway in India bind the economic life of the country as well as accelerate the development of industry and agriculture. Now talking about the railway network, India has very vast railway network of 7,031 stations spread over a route of 63,221 kilometer, and the differentiation, different kind of railway tracks you can define by their gauge, broad gauge, meter gauge, and narrow gauge, and this is their length and the total track. Now development of railway as Indian Railway is now recognized into 16 zones, and the distribution pattern of railway network in the country has been largely influenced by the physiographic, economic, and administrative factors. The northern plains, with their vast level land, high population density, and rich agricultural resource, provided the most favorable condition for their growth. And in the hilly terrain of the peninsular region, railway tracks are laid through low hills, gaps, and tunnel. Okay, now the Himalayan mountainous region too are unfavorable for the construction, but in spite of these difficulties, you have heard about the project that is running in the Jammu Kashmir and other areas. Now talking about the pipeline transportation. Initially pipeline transportation is restricted with the water supply, but nowadays it is using for the supply of crude oil and gases also. Okay, pipeline transport network is a new arrival in the transportation map of India, and now we are using it for the transportation of the gases and the crude oil, and the far inland location of refineries like Barauni, Mathura, Panipat, and gas-based fertilizer plant could be thought of only because of pipeline. Okay, now initial cost of laying pipeline is high, but subsequent running costs are very minimal. Talking about the three main important network of pipeline transportation in the country. First one is from the oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, in that is via Guwahati, Barauni, and Allahabad. And then second one from Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab via Viramgram, Mathura, Delhi, and Sonipat. Then third one, gas pipeline from Hazira in Gujarat connecting Jagdishpur in Uttar Pradesh via Vijaypur in Madhya Pradesh. So it is also, its name is HVJ pipeline. Okay, now the next one is transportation mode, that is waterways. So waterways are the cheapest means of transport, and they are most suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is a fuel efficient and environment friendly mode of transport, and India has an inland navigation waterways of 14,500 kilometer, and we are having waterways number 1, number 2, and number 3. Recently, if you have heard about a cruise that is started by the Prime Minister of India from Haldia to Varanasi, Allahabad. Okay, then these are the major seaports, and generally these seaports question were asked in the board examination, as we are having around 12 major and 181 medium and minor ports, and these ports are responsible for the 95% of India's foreign trade. That is for this time. This is all about for this time, and we will continue in our next video. Thanks for watching.